It's here! 2K15, My Team News is finally here. And all the information I'm about to tell you has been confirmed by Social Games associate producer Kelly Wilson from Visual Concepts, aka the developers who brought you Take-Two Interactive. Now let me say in advance that this video might be a little lengthy, but that's because I'm not just rushing it out to you, I'm doing a breakdown. I'm getting you all the information that you need to know. My team will be coming back to the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 along with the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and now PC. That's a big deal right there. Now before we get into anything new, let's talk about the things that are returning and how they've changed. First off, Domination Mode. It's going to be returning for a second year along with Play with Friends and Road to the Playoffs, but things are going to be a little different this time around, as you can see from the picture on the screen. The first thing I notice about this picture is that it looks a lot like NBA Live in terms of the presentation and the graphics, but that's fine because I'm expecting both games to look a lot more similar as time passes by. So let's break down what we're looking at right here. Inside of this mode, you have to get the 99 stars, and in order to advance to the next game, you actually have to win the game, and you have to get points which are going to be different from last year. Last year, you could just do blocks, you can play defense, fast breaks, and use a bronze team, and you would always get 3 stars. This time around is going to be a little different because they're going to change the point values and how you acquire them. They said that you have to earn at least 1 star to advance to the next game. So I don't know if that means you go from the Thunder to the Bulls, or if you go from the Thunder rank game 1 to Thunder game 2 to Thunder game 3. And if that's the case, Domination is going to take a lot longer this time around. Instead of just playing 33 games to get your 99 stars, you might have to play 99 games. 99 games successfully on the first try. Imagine how much time that's going to take. At least this time it will feel worth it, because at the bottom left of the picture you can see it says collect 99 stars and win your own Sapphire Throwback Legend, and that's a new one. If you guys don't know who it is, I'll let you play the detective game. Leave your answer in the comments. In case you were worrying about the difficulty of this mode, it's going to be set to Pro just like it was last time. But you know what's not? If you play Road to the Playoffs, that's going to go from Pro to Superstar depending on the difficulty of the seed you're in, just like before. We're about to get into Road to the Playoffs, but first I want to touch on something else that I mentioned: challenges. Now what are challenges? Well, the first thing you need to know about them is that their difficulty is going to switch depending on the week to the week or depending on the situation. Challenges are kind of like the tournament system that they had before, where you could only do certain things in order to get certain rewards. For instance, the Stephen Curry reward, you couldn't use a point guard. If you wanted to get the Sapphire Derrick Rose, you had to use Atlantic players. If you wanted to get Scottie Pippen, you had to use 8 Bulls. It's going to be like that. It's going to be kind of similar to NBA Live's mode also, where they have you do weekly different things to recreate what happened. But inside this, it's kind of similar to the way that YouTubers might do only 3-point shooting, only dunks, only big men, things like that. They're actually going to be bringing those to the game for everybody, except you're going to be going up against them, or they might require you to use that. So if you ever wondered if you could win a game with only small forwards, you have an opportunity to, and you can be rewarded for doing so. This might be interesting because if you have to go up against the best 3-point shooting lineup of all time, or the highest flyers, or the fastest team, or the tallest players at each position, I might be giving 2K free ideas. You're welcome right now. But if you're going up against these teams, now you can really test your defense. I like things like this because it'll show me how to shut down when people do stuff like this in real life online. So this is an interesting game mode, and it's going to be keeping the game fresh by switching it in and out weekly and things like that. They're going to be taking suggestions from the community, other YouTubers and things like that. I'd love to give them topics and ideas and challenges if they want to listen, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. So let's try to break down what we're looking at on the screen right here. These are a few challenges that they have at level 2. Apparently there's going to be 5 levels that are selected regularly, or that come with the game, and then they're going to have the weekly ones that switch in and out at the end of that. So let's look at the level 2 challenges. We have pre-game warm-up, we have Bucks pickup. We don't know if that means Bucks of all time or just random Bucks players today, or who knows. We have bottom of the barrel. We can see Kyle Korver there, so I guess you might have people who are rated in the 60s or something like that. Inside this game, I don't believe there's anybody under a 60 with the new rating system, but that's what my assumption is. Then we have the 76ers pickup, and honestly, if they're in level 2, level 1 must mean that you're playing against high school students, because it doesn't get any easier than the 76ers. Well, let me not say that because they have a bright future ahead of them or something like that. The highlighted one we can see is Unsung Heroes. Then we have Class of 11, that's Kyrie Irving's draft class, so I'm guessing you have to go up against the actual, like, maybe lottery picks or something like that. Then we have Get Your Cameras Ready with a picture from the dunk contest. That's going to be the high flyers one I was just talking about. But as you guys can see, they have requirements for how you win this game. They have lineup restrictions. For instance, it says your starters are restricted to gold players and your bench are restricted to silver players. So if you don't have the lineup ready for that, you're going to have to make one so you can specifically play this challenge. Who knows how many lineups we're going to have available this time? If it's 4, it might be 10, who knows? But it's definitely not going to be 1. And then you have a final reward of 1,000 My Team points, and it tells you how many times it was completed. I'm assuming it tells you how many times you completed it. So who knows, maybe this means that you can go and replay them to get more rewards. It has yet to be confirmed whether that's going to be a personal completed indicator or a worldwide one. And let's go back and touch on that road to the playoffs. They're finally going to add restrictions, kind of like the challenges. And they said that the way that they're going to do it is that the lower seeds will have early restrictions. Now, what do you mean by restrictions? Alright, so there's going to be a certain color card or a certain limit to how many color cards you can have on your lineup when you start. This levels the playing field for all the members who start the game. And when you reach the higher seeds, let's say the 3rd, 2nd, 1st, this time you'll be able to go back to the way it was in 2K14 current gen, because you'll be able to use whoever you want whenever you want. But until you get to that point, you're going to have to work. You're not going to just start off the game with 2 Jordans, a LeBron, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Magic Johnson going up against somebody who's using like Luke Ridnour and OJ Mayo and, I don't know, Kobe's cousin or something. And this is a good thing. This is really good. This is exciting because I hated when people took the easy way out. It made the game less fun for those who are actually trying to play it. Or like, let's say there's children out there, not children, but let's say there's kids or teenagers out there who don't really have jobs and they can't just buy the VC. Then they get frustrated that they spent the $60 on the game because now you're being outmatched every single time. Like, who wants to do that? That's not fun. So this should add a lot more skill to the game. Also, and this is a big thing to me, they've added a seed run reward to the users who stay in the first seed. Now, I don't know if that means you beat it and you get it like you do with Sapphire, Blake Griffin, one time only, or if you keep beating it, you keep getting the reward. Now, the reason why this is a big deal to me is because my team got boring to me after a while. Around the time when maybe about February or March or something like that, I remember I went for about over 5 weeks without losing a single game, and I repeated the first seed over and over and over again, and I was thinking, what is the point? I might as well drop down and then go back to the second, and then it'll feel like I earned something again. Because after a while, it just felt like I was playing Domination Mode except with a cheesy opponent. So if they add maybe a special pack or a special card, or I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they'll switch it in and out. But if they do, that'll make the first seed so much more competitive. There'll be less weird challenges, less weird glitchers, and you'll have a reason to keep playing the mode. And forgive me for forgetting to mention the fact that the highlighted player is Robert Parrish. I didn't even mention the legends. Are there going to be new legends? Yes, there are going to be new legends. We've already seen one, the Sapphire legendary player that you will receive for completing Domination Mode with 99 stars. But who are the others? Just a few of the new faces are going to include Bernard King, the Knicks legend, the former record holder for the highest scoring game at the Garden. Bob Cousy, the Celtics legend, played alongside Bill Russell. They're going to have Nate Tiny Archibald. Tiny was the only player to ever lead the league in assist and scoring at the same time. He was a beast. Rick Barry, the father of John Barry and Brent Barry. That was the man who ended Wilt Chamberlain's streak with consecutive scoring titles. And he won the NBA title being the only superstar on his team. So yes, it is possible. Tom Chambers, the man who went up, hit a defender, and kept going up with his dunk. That is, oh my goodness, people wanted him. He's finally here. Kevin Johnson, the mayor. We all know about this guy and what he does with the NBA PA, but that guy was a beast. He was also one of the craziest, most improved players of all time. And then they're going to have many, many more. I'm assuming they're going to add new ones, which means a lot more teams in the game also. We already know that at the 2K Heroes live broadcast, LD2K, I don't know if he slipped up, but he said we have like 5 Shaqs in the game. And currently there's only 2. Magic's from 95, 96, and 97, 98 Lakers. So if they're adding more Shaqs, we might finally break past the 2000s. I mean, I know we already have Allen Iverson and we had the Kings before and we had the Warriors, but now we might have the Lakers. Although we have yet to find out whether Rick Fox is going to be inside the game, because he should have been inside of the current game, but you know, we'll figure that stuff out later. But we just know that they're going to have more teams, a lot more. And there's going to be multiple ways to get them. Some of them are going to come from locker codes. Some of them are going to come from domination. Some of them are going to be exclusively from challenges. And some of them are going to come from a way that we are all familiar with. Packs! You guys want to know about the packs? I know I did. Let's get into it. There's going to be a larger selection of cards to pull this time around, which should mean fewer duplicates, hopefully. They said that they're going to have everything inside the pack, so you don't know if you're going to get a bronze, you don't know if you're going to get a silver or gold. Pack opening is finally going to be a thing again. It's going to be exciting. I know that I stopped uploading them because I was just absolutely bored. The video says that we're opening Atlanta Hawks packs from the 1970s or 80s or whatever, and then I wonder who you're going to get. Let me guess. Dominique Wilkins? Like, you know how the video's gonna end. It wasn't exciting. The only thing that might have been exciting is, oh, you got a cool jersey here or there. But now we're gonna go back to the 2K13 days where somebody uploads a 200,000 VC or a 50K VC pack opening, and you want to see what they got. It gets you so hype. You want to go on and test your luck because, oh, you got Patrick Ewing. Maybe I can get him. Who knows? I'm excited. And they're going to be bringing back limited time packs, kind of like they did when they had the Historic Series 1, 2, and 3. But it's not going to be available so you can just have team packs again. It's going to be random with a few switches up here and there throughout the season. So that should bring excitement. That should be more fun. But the problem is, what happens if I get duplicate cards? Well, we'll tell you what you can do with it. You can now sell them regularly, or you can put it on the brand new auction house that's seen above. This should be exciting for everyone not named me. Like, my name is not me, but you know what I'm trying to say. I have been against an auction house, and I've been against having a my player inside this mode. My player is not coming, thank goodness, but everybody wants the auction house for some reason. I absolutely hate it. It makes me feel like you're just going to buy your team. It's going to be as broken as the way they make MUT out to be. And I have a feeling that's going to be kind of similar to having a marketplace on NBA 2K13. Everybody had LeBron James. Everybody had Dwight Howard. And if you can choose exactly who you want, it's only a matter of time before it becomes similar to the way it is now, where we have the exact same teams. Because there's only so many players you could put on a team. 12? So that's pretty disappointing. And then it's a matter of time before maybe somebody gets like a special locker code where, oh, I'm gonna open it on my account, I'm gonna open it on your account, I'm gonna open it on my mother's account on my Xbox, and then I'm gonna just go give it to myself. So now I have 3 times the free gold pack today or something like that. It's just gonna just stack the game too unfairly. Maybe people are looking at it like I can give it away on Twitter or I can sell it on eBay or something. I mean, there's stuff like that, but it's disappointing to me. I really was completely against an auction house, and I feel like now that we have it, we can never go back. Man, I don't want to spend too much time on the auction house, but I know that you guys are probably gonna be excited. I know you guys are gonna use it, maybe stack the deck, whatever. I don't play MUT, but if you guys do and you think there's a good reason to have this, then you know, that's everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Similar to eBay, there's a current bid and a buy it now. The way that should work is that if you don't need Kevin Durant right now, you could chill, you can go play some challenges or something like that. Maybe you're going to be playing parks all night with your boys. You can just let it wait and just hope your bid wins, as long as you got the cash for it. But if you had the money and you're about to go play that final game right now, your boy's talking smack like, yo, I'm going to whoop you, whatever, and you're like, oh, this Kevin Durant would definitely help me out, then you can go bid on it now, pay your $25,500. And then, you know, surprise them like, whoa, where did you get that Kevin Durant from? Now, you know how it goes. Anyway, Let's look at the Kevin Durant picture though. His layup is a 93. That's a big difference from last year. His stealing is a 77. That's a big difference. They now have new stats, as you guys can see. Moving close, standing close. Moving mid, standing mid. Moving three-pointer, standing three-pointer. And there's a big difference between the moving and the standing. That's 9 points, but still, like, I'm a little nervous about being able to move and still have an 83% accuracy. Now, I don't know about that, but I'm glad that they are making changes in this direction, because I got tired of seeing all these Ruby, Steph, and Curry fading threes. It wasn't realistic. I mean, it could happen, but not, you know, not like 2 times per quarter. Come on. So this should actually make the game a little bit more realistic. Another interesting stat is lateral quickness. Now, I'm a little nervous about KD having 90, but then he had long legs, so I don't know how they work this out. But lateral quickness is important. We can finally, hopefully, if I'm reading this correctly, we can hopefully defend against the zigzags. You keep going left, I'm gonna go left. You keep going right, I'm gonna go right. And as long as my quickness is high laterally, you're not gonna get away from me. I'm gonna be on you tighter than Spider-Man. Well, that's a bad reference, but you get the point. Now, the thing I'm wondering about is, do we have to raise all these stats ourselves? Because that could make my career a lot longer to play, and that's a good thing, because I got tired of seeing all these high-rated my career players by their 15th game. More stats, more progression. Something else to notice is that they have something called contracts, which we already know about, and upgrade? What is upgrade? We have to get into the bottom of that later on. I would assume it's like MUT, where you can get a special, better version of the player. And then he also has 3 shields, a bronze, a silver, and a gold. What does that mean? Now, I don't want to over-spectate too hard and lead people down the wrong direction, but if you have any ideas, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Anybody. I'm open to any suggestions, and then, you know, if you guys have a good one, I might mention it on the next video, you know, along with the comment. And lastly but not least, there's team building. Now, when you think about team building, you're probably just thinking about creating a team in terms of setting your lineup, maybe a playbook, your coach, something like that. Now, that's the general, that's the basic part of it. But as you guys can see on the screen, there's a lot more. The guy's currently setting his lineup. He has the 85 rated Kawhi Leonard, and he's comparing him to Rudy Gay of the Sacramento Kings, whose rating I'm assuming is going to go down because he had a horrible year. And as expected, when you take out the best defensive small forward in the game, also the finals MVP, in favor of Rudy Gay, your perimeter defense and post defense without a doubt is going to go down. Your blocks will go up. Your rebounding will stay the same, your playmaking stays the same, and your 3-point shooting definitely goes down without Kawhi Leonard on the court. So it's interesting. You can see this stuff in real time rather than having to just look at one and then go back to the other one and then go back and see what's that here, you know, switches off. So this is interesting. It's a lot better than that A+, A-, B+, C-, D, whatever system that they used to have before. This one actually gives you real numeric results. But they plan on taking it one step further. They're going to be showing you guys a player's strengths, his attributes, his hot, his cold shot charts without having to go leave and go to practice. You're going to see the comparisons that you guys can see above. They're going to summarize your team's overall abilities. And this will better help you visualize how much or how big the impact is when you add or remove any player from your team. This is very useful. Like if you think your team is too much of a 3-point shooting team and you want to add more defense, but you don't know where to go do so, then you can see exactly how big a difference it is between having Kawhi Leonard and Rudy Gay. Is slashing that important to you? Is shot blocking that important to you overall as a team? You can now make this decision visually. This will let you know whether you want to use a certain player, or if you can just maybe get past that by using the consumable cards. Now, this is something I haven't really heard anybody else mention. Consumable cards used to be like the offensive, like rebounding +9 or blocking +3. You got them randomly inside packs. Nobody ever gave a crap about them because most people didn't use it anyway. I know I didn't, and like it helps. But if before you can use one. I don't know if you can use more than one now. But the way that they said they're gonna work is that all the injuries are gonna come back, all the contracts, all the attributes and contracts. You're gonna start off with more contracts this time around, which is very good because when the server drops and you don't have VC, it's not fun. At least now, you can kind of like play longer before having to worry about anything. Also, they're going to be making changes to signature skills and the system and how it works this year. I'm excited because I'm assuming that they're going to make you hold back, because it was bad enough going up against a gold team that would have lockdown defender on everybody, posterized on everybody, and then maybe Deadeye on everyone else because it was just so easy for certain people. I didn't get that lucky, but for some people, they just had teams stacked with them. And then when they had the diamond cards, it just got even worse because you had the main three plus like just some supplementary ones like Tenacious Rebounder on a point guard or a charge card on the center. So, you know, just stuff you just got to deal with that just wasn't fun. So maybe they'll make it more balanced along with making the restrictions and road to the playoffs balanced. We're going to find out more about it. Anything towards more balance and moderation is a good thing in my opinion. I feel like nothing should come easy. Everybody should be on a level playing field. Otherwise, what's the point of playing the game? What's the point of competing? And before we wrap this up, let's just keep looking at the things that we see on the screen and try to put together what they might mean. They're going to have the same cards collected in the collector level. I'm assuming you're going to get special cards again, like the way that they had the Diamond, Melo, and Michael Jordan for hitting certain like card collector levels. You guys can see there's VC at the top. We don't know how much the packs are going to cost. They're going to cost less, but we don't know exactly how much they're going to cost yet. I'm not exactly sure who the guy's point guard is, but I definitely know that's Klay Thompson, who's going to be rated an 82 this year. He's a silver as an 82. Kawhi Leonard is an 85 and he's a gold, so I don't know what that means. Maybe there's a big difference between an 82 and 85. I'm not sure who that is up there. I think that's Tom Chambers, the new legend. And then is that a silver Willis Reed? Oh, that is wrong. He's the Knicks Finals MVP. You can't do him like that. Also, as you guys can see at the bottom, there's John Havlicek. Next is a gold Larry Nance. Now, from the past couple 2K games, we knew that he was rated at an 80, 81 kind of rating, and he's a gold legend inside this game. So, if he's gold and Klay Thompson isn't, Rudy Gay is gold. I'm afraid of seeing what Rudy Gay's rating is. Andre Iguodala is after Rudy Gay. He's an 82 in this game, and he's gold. And Paul Pierce, it looks like, still with the wrong jersey. Hopefully they'll fix that. But Paul Pierce is rated, I mean, as a gold player, what is his rating? Could you really see it being that high at this point in his career? He barely is even a small forward anymore. At the top right, I would assume that's notifications in the little red box, kind of similar to NBA Live again. Like I said, the games are going to become more and more similar. Then it looks like there is a auction counter up there. Maybe you have 5 auctions going on, or maybe you're bidding on them. Shows you how many My Team points you have and how much VC you have. So anything else that I might have missed, leave it in the comments. I want to see you guys' opinions and hear your ideas. Let me know. Thanks for watching.